Now, I know many of us feel the effects of aging at some point in our life, and we might feel that maybe you're dealing with more knee stiffness, maybe you're dealing with more hip pain that you never had before, or maybe that lower back pain or discomfort is starting to bother you more than you did before. But I'm here to tell you, if there was one stretch, one flexibility exercise that I feel like everyone should be performing, especially as we get older, this is the exercise for you. Now, this stretch is going to be so beneficial, right? Because it is focusing on one important aspect of your walking, and that's hip extension. Your ability to extend your hip behind you is extremely important. And because all of us are spending more time bent over driving, and as well as on computers or on the couch or on our chairs that have us more in this flex position with our hip, we miss the ability to get our hips behind us, to get our hips in hip extension. This stretch not only will help with your walking, but you'll be surprised can make some significant impact on your knee health, your hip health, as well as your lower back. Now, for this specific stretch, all you're gonna need is a flat surface. You can do this on your bed, you can do this on a pad, but you will need to be on an elevated surface. And I'll show you just in a bit why. Now, we're gonna take an ankle weight. Now, let's say I'm focusing on my left side here, my left hip here, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap the ankle weight over the bottom of my leg here. This is going to allow the weight to pull my leg over as I show you in a bit what I'm gonna do with the stretch. So I'm focusing on stretching the front of the thigh, the quadriceps, and even the hip flexors, which is going to limit you with that hip extension. So once you lengthen these, this is gonna be a great stretch even before you go for a little walk or you get up in the morning. This is gonna be perfect. So you're gonna lay on your back just like so, and all you're going to do is let this leg slowly hang over the side of the bed. Now you can see from this position, this is taking you into that hip extension. Now with the opposite side, I can go ahead and increase the intensity of the stretch by grabbing the opposite knee, okay? This is bringing this knee into flexion. This is taking this knee back down into extension. You're kind of winding up that tissue and getting a good stretch on the hip. You're definitely gonna wanna work on both sides, so you'll have to switch the weight on the other side when you're working on this, but you can hold for about 30 to 60 seconds at a time. And what you should really feel is all the pulling in the front of the thigh and even over the top of the knee, which is gonna feel great. If you wanna increase the intensity a little bit more, you can even focus on raising the knee straight up towards the ceiling, getting a nice good contraction out of the hip flexors and the quads, and then you're gonna lower back down. We call this a contract relax technique, where we can lengthen that muscle even further if we get it to contract and then we allow it to relax. And if you do try that technique there, you can perform about 5 repetitions at a time where you're working on that contract and relax. But you're gonna see that those hips are gonna start to open. It's gonna feel like, wow, I have freer hips. I can actually take bigger steps when I'm walking, and it's gonna make a significant difference for your hips. If you found this video helpful and you like these tips on how to improve your mobility, you're gonna also like this video up here. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one.